Great. Good evening, well, afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's post-match press conference featuring Test head coach Shukri Conrad. Nandre Berger will be made available afterwards for an informal media opportunity as well. Great. We will get started by taking one question at a time. Just a reminder to please put your cell phones on silent. Who would like to take the first one? Fidos?
How's it, Shooks? Obviously now with the match won, the series can't be lost, and you spoke about wanting to keep that record really intact. What makes it so significant that you want to be able to say India have never beaten South Africa at home?
Well, for that very reason, India have never beaten South Africa, yeah. Like I said the other day, if the series could be any bigger, that makes it bigger. It's just a shame that it's a two-test series, you know. There was every chance, I mean, if the forecast was to be believed, that this test could easily have been rain affected or rain out, and then you go to Cape Town for a shootout. Whoever wins claims the series, and yeah, it's a real shame. But look, it's massive for us. We know what a quality side India is, but we also know what a quality side we are, especially at home. And yeah, real pity that we don't play more test matches at home.
Who would like to take the next one? Cool.
Oh, you must be really pleased with the way the three debutants played for you. And what would you say about Dean Elgar's innings? Maybe he should reconsider his decision to retire from international cricket at the end of the series?
Well, maybe the retirement decision had everything to do with the way he played. I thought Dean, before I get to the debutants, I mean, Dean was phenomenal. I haven't seen Dean play any better, I must be honest. And then also, if you look at Dean's record, second to Graham in terms of opening batters, that's something to be really proud of, and it's something that we wanting to start highlighting in the squad. Obviously, the team first is the obvious thing, but also real, like, what's the word I'm looking for now? Performances from individuals that can put our name out in lights, you know, up in lights. The debutants were fantastic. I thought Nandre, that's a massive performance today and the other day. And then obviously David Bedingham, I think, we drool over a lot of players internationally. Maybe it's time to start drooling about our own players, you know. And I think David is someone that we can drool over. I'm talking about his expertise with the bat in hand, that is. Who was the other debutant? It was just the two, yeah, just the two. Yeah, so yeah, great performances from them, but all round, I mean, KG was brilliant with the ball, but I think there was no more deserved man of the match than Dean, and the way he took everything on was simply fantastic.
So here?
Shooks, bar possibly the catching today, everything seemed to be clicking into gear, but just from where you took over, having lost in Australia, having lost in England, and the side that now won 3 on the trot. What has it taken to get the side playing the type of test cricket that they're playing, scoring 400s, fast bowlers taking wickets with a new ball, just doing the right things at the right time again, basically?
Well, let's get the negatives out the way, the catching. Maybe we'll put that down to some rustiness. But yeah, other than that, I think we've gelled really well together. As a unit. A lot of the time it's about freeing the guys up and allowing them to be the best versions of themselves, both on the field and in the change room. So that's been a big thing for us, something that we measure ourselves on. Are we being the best versions of ourselves when we go and play out there? And then again, you highlight Australia and England. Yeah, tough places to go and play and win. We're brilliant at home. We are absolutely brilliant at home, and I've been lucky. Coaching's a lot about luck as well. You played a series, your first home series. Your first series is at home against the West Indies, Supersport Park, where we now quickly the game speeds up, but like today. And then obviously everybody really switched on for this series and wanted to make a real statement today. And I think we can tick all those boxes.
Heinz?
Shooks, probably a bit premature and reactionary, but there was a few concerns that Marku lost a bit of his mojo at the end of the World Cup and maybe looked a bit rusty in the white ball stuff. But you must be really chuffed with how he turned the corner in this game. It was ultimately a brilliant day. I mean, a career best 84, and then taking wickets again, bowling like we sort of like seen him do, this past season.
Yeah, look, Marco, we know his ability, and it's not latent. We've seen him do things before, like he did today. It's really with the ball that he's been a little bit off the mark. I think if we're brutally honest, we weren't particularly good with the ball in the first innings, KG aside. But then obviously we've got a really good technician in Pete Buerta who spends a lot of time with his guys, maybe not in person, but certainly virtually, and tinkering certain things with their actions and that. I think when Marco came around the wicket today, maybe one or two little things fell into place there, and the message to him was to hit the wicket as hard as he can and bowl as quickly as he can. But really pleasing for Marco. We know the ability that he possesses, and yeah, look, whether he's that fully fledged all-rounder just yet, I think the jury's still out on that.
Sunil from India.
Hello,
I have
Sunil.
a question. Hi. Players are retiring, there is injury, but at the same time you have debutants rising up to the occasion, and you're finishing the test match in 3 days. Do you just want to give the credit to the luck or the backroom boys as well, who have created a succession planning in a way, where you managed to finish off the test match in 3 days, and your guys are the biggest export when it comes to the auction of IPL. I mean, it's like a factory. So what is that secret behind the entire
I don't think Asha Bogley said that so long ago. He was questioning whether South Africa still produces players, and yeah, we've proven that we can produce players. And I think for far too long, and this is not being windgat in any way. This is about sometimes we're too humble as a group. We so easy to talk up other players, and we don't give our players enough of the credit. A bit like the debutants, a bit like Dean. These guys were absolutely phenomenal. And yes, there's always some tinkering. We've got to plan. We've got to look forward and try and put succession plans in place, when to debut certain guys, making sure that all the elements in their favor. So quite a bit of thinking and thought goes into it when we do. And you need a little bit of luck. I think coaching or playing the game without any luck, you're always going to struggle. So with a little bit of luck here and there, and things fall into place. So I'm really happy that things are falling into place, yes.
Telford?
Shukri, on the subject of Temba Bavuma, you guys know how many idiots are out there just waiting to have a crack at him?
I beg your pardon?
On the subject of Temba,
Yeah.
I think everyone in cricket is well aware that there's a lot of people out there who are only waiting to have a crack at him unfairly a lot of the time. And we know what happened at the World Cup. Why did it take so long for information on his condition to get out today?
Telford, look, I mean, I'll take that on. I'll take it on me, because obviously Timber is not in a great physical state. It's the other hamstring, as you well know. He was ready to bat at every turn, and we kept monitoring it. Obviously, I mean, you put something out there. I don't know if the opposition obviously pick up on something. So certain things are tactical as well. But I must make the point that we were monitoring the situation all the time. And then when we reached where we reached, not because we felt that was enough, but we felt that the potential risk, if we then sent him out, there's a potential risk that he could aggravate the injury even further. The state of play is that he will have it assessed in 2 weeks' time, just before the SA20, and the decision will then be made whether he'll be available for the SA20 or not. He's definitely out for Cape Town, yes.
Is there any replacements that you guys have chosen, any addition to the squad?
Yeah, Zubair Hamza will be joining the squad. They're currently playing a 4-day match against India A, and Zubi will join the squad either here in the next day or two or down in Cape Town.
Great. Any last questions as we look to wrap for those?
Sorry, so is it more serious than the strain that was first told to us? And also, what's his mental state like? Because, I mean, this is rotten luck.
Yeah, no, it is rotten luck. I mean, I think for those you get diagnosis and you get, I mean, you went for the scan and you get that, but I think the medical people will tell you there's that, and then you've also got to assess the person. You know, sometimes the two don't necessarily correlate. So we're constantly giving ourselves maximum time so that we can give you the right information. Sometimes we put things out there prematurely, and people run away with certain stories. This was all about monitoring it throughout the day. If we'd lost a couple of wickets early, he probably would have walked in at some stage. But things went really well for us. And again, I say, we even got a message out at one stage to Marco and Nandre to take every run, because we felt that with 150 ahead, last night the talk was to try and get 150 ahead, and then we could really boss the game. We got there, and then I felt it wasn't necessary to risk them. So, yeah, that was my call entirely.
Okay, we're going to go here, then we are wrapping with Heinz.
Shuk's, obviously, like you said, the final frontier can't be breached anymore. It's a high after this game, but you can actually win a series against in Cape Town. How do you lift the boys again after basically achieving an objective and then lifting them again at Newlands, and then I presume Dean will captain at Newlands?
Look, we've got 2 extra days to lift them, so yeah, I think we'll freshen up really nicely. Obviously, high festivities. Everybody's looking. New Year's test, there hasn't been one in a while where crowds were allowed in, and if rumor is to be believed, then I think the first few days are pretty much sold out. And that's all the lifting there is. And then obviously Dean's swan song. Dean will captain the side, yes. So I think I must add, if there was this frosty relationship, then he wouldn't have captained. So maybe that needs to be kicked into touch right here. Yeah, so I think the guys will really be up for it. There's a series to be won. Series wins are special, especially against teams like India. And then obviously we can send Dean off properly. Then, I mean, that will just put the cherry on the cake for us.
Thanks. Heinz to wrap.
Thank